Okay, so notice what's happening every time is pretty much my grip is changing. I'm using a lot of slide techniques, so a lot of allowing the whip to lengthen throughout space as I execute the moves through the part from the, I guess, the belly break into that part. So from there, I let it break, catch it with my left hand, stand up, I'm in the square, then I fold it over, fold this here, okay? Then I'm gonna turn to my right, open it, okay? Once that's up here, I'm gonna let it go, release the tail with my left hand and go into a 3-beat weave, right? If you don't know a 3-beat weave, you can just as well do a 2-beat weave, whatever. Then you're gonna drop it in front of you. I'm gonna let go at that point with my left hand, re-grab the handle. Then I'm going to act like I'm gonna do a pin rotation, but instead I'm gonna bring the handle over around to the back side of my neck, and then I'm gonna bring it down around to the inside of my left leg here, or my right leg, I'm sorry, into my right leg, and I'm gonna switch hands, okay? Once I switch hands, I'm gonna let it slide through my grip. Okay, so I switched hands here. I'm gonna let it slide through my grip over and around me, and then I'm done, okay? So to make that look really cool, once you get to the ankle part and you bring it around, you trace down to your ankle, what makes this look really good is when you get low with it to where you can see it kind of skim over the back of you. So that looks really cool like that too. So just from there, that's one transition. So I use the momentum from the handle, okay? I'm in that, my favorite grip, which is to have it in between my thumb and my index finger, so it can easily slide and I can easily re-grab. If you always grip the handle like this, and it's way harder to get to this grip than it is if you just have the handle half in your palm and half out. And you can do that by pinching it at the base there where the fibers meet the handle between your thumb and index finger, okay? So even when I catch it looks like I'm catching with my hand, usually like this. I mean, sometimes I do, but most of the times I'm catching it like this so I can easily go into something else. Do it together from the top, okay? I'll face backwards. I feel like that's always helpful to me. So at first I jump, trace, drop, go into anti-spin, then I enter the neck wrap fakie, go into a gumby, triangle, bend over, belly break, turn, pinch with my left hand, stand up, I'm in a box, I close the box, 1, 2, then I turn, I open it. Once I open it and it goes into that rotation, I'm gonna release it from underneath my right armpit, and I drop it here, re-grab with my left hand, and then I'm bringing it into a trace around to the inside of my right leg. Then I'm gonna grab it with my right hand, then it's gonna slide through my grip around, I'm gonna catch it, and then that's it. All right, so one more time from the front. All right, so specifically, let's go over the transitions used. So again, from the start, once you go here, you're going to lift up with your hand. Since you're already in this position here, that can serve as like a way to keep that coming around so you can trace around your hand. Once your hand gets to about here, you're gonna let the handle drop. So what makes that so smooth when I do it is, so when I go to do that, notice my palm is open If I can ever have my palm open on my handle, I always do, unless it's like obviously like that and I don't want it to fall out or something. But if your hand comes around and it's already open like this, look how smoothly that can just come right out of your hand, okay? So then from there, I'm already in this kind of grip, right? So I can just bring it down and get control with of the tail side with my left hand. Now I can go in to those anti-spins. From there, I can do my neck grab fakie. Send it over, re-grab. So I can do anything from this position where I have it gripped with two hands. I can even bring it back, forth, whatever. But what I want to do is bring it around me in a Gumby. I flip my wrist, I'm back in this position. Okay, so from this position, let's think you could step through, you could do that kind of stuff, you could do stuff, turning stuff like that. I mean, really, you could do all kinds of things, okay? You could bring it back around for a trace. You could bring it into an above the head kind of trace thing, whatever. For this, we're gonna go into a triangle, then we bend over. So from here, you can also break it and then turn with it. You could break it and do some behind the back stuff. Okay, so for ours though, what we did was we did a belly break, we turned slightly to the left, so our right hand, or so the handle can meet our left hand, because like I said, you need to keep it that pinched in your left hand grip. Keep it pinched in between your thumb and index finger so you can still catch it with your left, or with your left hand. Then you stand up, you're in a square. So think from this, you could bend down, you could turn with these, you could open it, turn with it, that kind of thing. What we're gonna do is we're gonna close it like this, then turn. Now I'm in that position to be able to do that, but I gotta let it come out of my left hand, right? So then I spin it, and then I grab control of it with my left hand again, so I can go into a 3D weave. Then I'm gonna drop it in front of me and grab it again with my left hand. I'm gonna bring it around my neck, around to the inside of my right leg, transition again, and that's that. So I honestly, my biggest tip for transitions is paying attention to what grip you're in and giving yourself time to explore what you can do within those grips. So also, you want to focus on how long, if say you're trying to like hit a certain beat or you're trying to stay on a certain tempo music, you want to pay attention to how long your transitions are taking, because that's really what's going to be able to give you that musicality, that good musicality, is timing things, pacing your moves, pacing how long it takes you to get from one move to another. So a lot of times if I want it to be exaggerated and it is slow, I'll let it slide longer, or I can whip it around and do it fast. It just depends what you're going for. Also find ways to play with switching anchor points. This is super, super important, because that's gonna be what allows you to have freedom. So say I wanted to stop here, that's going to allow you to have freedom of different things to do. So yeah, I hope you guys had fun with this. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I'm going to try to stick around for a little bit on here to answer any questions, or if you guys are down to do some kind of like one-on-one workshopping or labbing, I'm always open for that. So I hope you guys have fun with the rest of the workshops, and that you guys enjoy the rest of the day. I will be back at 6 p.m. to do a light show battle with the amazing Karis Park, aka Pixel Fairy, so be sure to be there for that. Thanks for being here with me today. I hope you guys had fun. I did. Thanks.